Okay, so for our basic athlete activation circuit, we're going to start with an exercise called a 90-90 breathing drill. For our 90-90 breathing drill, a great activity for activating a muscle called transverse abdominis, which helps connect the rib cage to the pelvis and maintain our torso stiffness and stability. So we're going to start off on the back. One hand's going to be under the low back. Other hand's going to be on the stomach. What we want to focus on doing is breathing in really slow, getting the stomach to expand and leaving the ribs where they are. Cool? It's fine to go stomach, then ribs, but we just don't want to go ribs, then stomach. I'm going to demonstrate. In really slow. Good expansion there. No movement through the low back. We're going to hold, then exhale. As we exhale, we want to pull the belly button down to the spine and feel that tightening around the midriff. That's that transverse abdominis muscle turning on. Demonstrate one more time. Breathing in. Just into the abdomen, not into the ribs. Holding, then exhaling. Forceful exhale, all the air out. Feel that tightening around the midriff. Next up, we've got our double leg bridge. Double leg bridge, we want to learn to use the glute for hip extension. We are doing hip extension when we're running, jumping, changing directions, almost all the time when we're playing sport. We're going to set up again on the back. This time the feet are going to be underneath the knees and the feet are going to be shoulder width apart. One hand under the low back again because we want to keep that neutral spine. And we're going to keep one hand on the stomach just so we can feel that compression expansion through the abdomen. Cool? All right, with the feet, really important. We press through the ball of the big toe, the small toe and the heel, and we grip the feet onto the ground really tight. Cool? Once our feet are gripped, once we've got our lower back position sorted, we're going to take a big breath in, exhale, punch the hips up. Big squeeze of the glutes at the top of the rep. Cool, I'll do another one, nice and controlled down. Breathing in, making sure the feet are gripped, making sure that one hand width between the low back and the ground. Breathing in, then exhaling up. Big squeeze of the butt, big exhale into the abdomen. Cool? All right, next up we've got our lock clam. Great exercise for activating external rotation in the hip, which we need for all our change of direction stuff and also just for our general hip health. We're going to set up a nice long line from the ankle, hip to the shoulder. Toe's going to be around the calf and we're going to start with the knee all the way off the ground and the butt squeezed. Cool? All right, then we're going to start to roll around. Belly button's going to face the ground. We're going to try to keep the inside of the knee away from the ground. Cool? Once we get to about there, then we're just going to go knee down, knee up. Just think about picking the knee up, putting it down with the butt, keeping the butt squeezed the whole time. Not feeling anything in the low back, not feeling anything in the hamstring. Literally just all through the side of the bum. Cool. Once we've done our 20 repetitions, next up we've got our plank shoulder tap. For our plank shoulder tap, we want to execute that 90-90 breathing pattern. Cool? We're going to set up from the hands, which are going to be underneath the shoulders. The feet are going to be nice and wide. Really important that the hips are nice and low and we're not making this big TP shape. Cool? Once we're here, armpits are squashed down, bum squeeze. Now let's execute that 90-90 breathing pattern. The only difference is when we exhale, we're going to take one hand up and tap the shoulder. Big breath in. Big exhale. Tap the shoulder. You can feel the stomach engage. Again, big breath in. Big exhale. Tap the shoulder. I can feel the stomach, the obliques engage. One more time. Big breath in. Big exhale. Tap the shoulder. If that's really, really hard, just get the feet a lot wider. If that's really, really easy, just bring the feet in tighter. Cool? All right, let's move on to the shoulders now. First up, we want to activate the low part of the lat to help stabilize the whole shoulder girdle. We're going to do an exercise called prone internal rotation. I'm going to just talk through it on the knees and then I'm going to demonstrate on my stomach. So I'm going to set up with my hands like that, palms facing the roof. Arms are going to be really tight to the body. Cool? From there, we're just going to lift the back of the palms like 10 centimeters up to the roof and just place them down, trying to feel activation again through this low part of the lat here. Cool? So setting up, I'll demonstrate 5 reps. Push the forehead into the ground so we can't use the neck. Lift. Cool, little bit, nice and controlled down. Lift. Nice and controlled down. Lift. Nice and controlled down. Really important the arms are tight to the body, not out here. Really hard to use the lat there. Much easier to use the lat when the arms are closer to the body. Cool, cool? All right, once we've done our 20 repetitions there, we're gonna go straight into our prone external rotation drill, which is gonna do all the things that's gonna rotate the shoulder back into the shoulder socket. So very, very similar. Going to set up on the belly. This time the palms are going to be facing down. Again, arms are going to be really close to the body. Only difference is when we go up, we're going to try to twist the thumb up towards the roof. Cool? So I'll demonstrate 5 repetitions again. Forehead's pushed into the ground. Arms are nice and tight to the body. Up we go. As we go up, thumbs face the roof. Cool. Again, not flaring my hands out, keeping them tight. Not using my neck too much. Shoulders are down. Forehead's pushed into the ground. Cool, cool. All right, very last one. We're going to high elbow prone external rotation drill. This one, we're going to start to bring a little bit of shoulder blade stability into the exercise. So instead of having the elbows there, the elbows are going to be there. So we're going to be getting some mid trap and lower trap as well as our rotator cuff. Cool, cool. So we're going to set up again on the stomach. Forehead's again going to be pushed into the ground. Instead of the elbows starting down, elbows are going to start up like that. And it's really important that the wrist is higher than the elbow, not vice versa. Cool? All right, so we're there. Forehead's pushed into the ground. I want you to just kind of squash your armpits down to engage your lat slightly, and then try to twist that elbow underneath the wrist. Cool? What we don't want to do is hike up and use the upper traps. Cool? Or the hand beneath the elbow. Cool? All right, so we're there, twisting. Again, can feel this in the back of the shoulder blade, back of the shoulder. We want to be doing this one anywhere from 15 to 20 repetitions. Cool, so just remember, for this activation circuit, instead of stretching muscles when we're doing our mobility activation warm-ups for our athlete sessions, we want to think more about activating the muscles that we want to use for our sessions. So when we're playing sport, we're doing a lot of change of direction, we're doing a lot of running, a lot of jumping. We're going to be using the glutes for this, cool? Not the hamstrings and not the low back. So as you can see, a lot of these activation drills are centered around the glutes and the core.